What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, and I have just finished watching The Last of Us episode 4. And since I was having such a good time laughing about some of this shit that I saw on this episode, I'm going to go ahead and bring up a couple of the brothers who got to watch the episode. One with me, one came late, so he was the last of us in line. So bring up Beastly Nerd and 3000 GT. Was good, fellas.
Hey,
Back at it.
Yeah, so we were talking about it a little bit, but I just want to keep this kind of short with my ideas on what I thought about the episode. So my reaction to this episode was it was an improvement. It was an improvement over the last episode, which basically now just looks like filler. It was a fluff. It was a fluffer episode. That's all it was in there for, to make somebody else get their little warm and fuzzies off, and then we got back to the story, thankfully. So this episode we get Ellie and Joel doing more bonding, which is what I wanted to see in the last episode. But they held it off for one episode so they can give us some of their crap, and now we get to it and seeing that they are developing a relationship with each other in some sense. They're pretty much filling each other out. Um, Ellie is still a bit irritating with the number of questions this girl asks, and it's not that I dislike questions. Um, it's not playing well with me. It's something in her voice or how she asks the questions and when that seems stupid. It's like asking him a question about siphoning gas. You don't understand how it works. He tells you the answer, and then you just cussing and having some ridiculous shit to say. It doesn't sound right or natural for a conversation between those two people like that. That's what bothered me about that character. Some of the other stuff in this episode was actually good. The fact that Ellie had this freaking pun book or something like that and keeps asking Joel these ridiculous fucking pun questions, which are actually, some of them are actually funny. Like, if my daughter is watching this, I hope she is. We'll laugh about that because that's the kind of dumb shit that we do. We make funny jokes, right? It's just fun, right? But what you see is Ellie is trying to break through to Joel to get him to loosen up a little bit, which can be good if you're going to be traveling with somebody for an extended amount of time. She might want to know something about him a little bit more, but it just serves to humanize him and the two of them in their relationship. In a sense. Now that was all well and good until I remembered I needed to do a reaction, and these two brothers up here, we were sitting here talking about the one scene I had an issue with, which was Joel and Ellie coming into Kansas City and seeing that the road is blocked, and he wants to find a different way around. And the way he wants to find around is driving back through the damn city. I thought that was stupid because actually having to go back and freeze frame the scene is like, dude, you can just drive up the embankment. What the fuck are you doing? And gets into one of the things that's bothering me. Is like there are times in this show within the 4 episodes that I've watched so far where Joel does some tactically ridiculous shit. Now he's being presented like he is military in this show. They haven't said that he's ex-military, even in this episode. He mentioned his brother, he didn't mention himself. But he makes some tactical fucking errors that don't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me, being that this is 20 years after he's been dealing with all this shit. I think he would be a lot smarter. Right? So that if you're trying to avoid people, I don't see the point in driving through a major city because it's probably going to be some people that's still there. Just like you're still alive, there's probably some other people still alive. I think you would steer clear of that. But I guess we needed some drama in this episode. Otherwise, it would have just been a kind of boring road trip. We needed some drama. We needed some stakes. Now, the other thing we get to see since Ellie and Joel end up driving through town and being set upon by some weirdos and end up in a gunfight and wrecking the damn truck. Thanks a lot. is that we get the introduction of a new diversity hire character in the form of Kathleen, who I like calling Karen. And this character of Kathleen, who is a new made up character, is thrown in there as running this group of people, or I guess you want to call them revolutionaries, who took over the federal QZ, and now she's just running the crew. How? Why? I don't know. I'm thinking there's some other better candidates here that she cannot be the best one. But like I was telling Beastly earlier, it's not hard to figure out who are the thrown in characters in this shit because like they come with a nice sheen on them. Like this character didn't exist in the game. I can just feel it when I see the character on screen. Like this character didn't exist in the game. I didn't even play the game. I'm knowing that no, this character wasn't there. And sure enough, it's a made up character. But she is in charge of this group, and she is hot on the heels, really erratically looking for this person, Henry, whoever the hell Henry is. Now, 3000 pointed out something that I hadn't caught the first time I was watching this when Kathleen and her second in command, they don't know it's a Ellie and Joel. They don't know who the fuck they're looking for at all. They're just looking for people, I guess. But they come across this loft area that some people have been camping in, and it's a bunch of pictures on the wall drawn by a little kid. And on the pictures is Superman, but it's two Supermen. And what I didn't catch the first time I watched it was that it was black men dressed up as Superman in these child's drawings. Now that led into a whole nother laugh situation, which I'm even more so going on calling this Kathleen chick Karen. Her last name is just Karen. It's Kathleen Karen. It's KK. Right? Because it's really hard to describe a lot of, malicious intent to this one dude, Henry. And it turns out Henry might be a black dude. So I really in the next episode. So you cannot have me watch this show and see some chubby white lady with a whole gang of other white folks looking for one black dude and a little black dude. Talk about a lynching, huh? Like what the fuck? what are we doing in this show? I really need to see how that turns out next episode.
Don't mess with Henry.
Yeah, that's Henry. John Henry? He got that John Henryism?
Like I said, she wants some of that sweet meat. She had him locked down.
I don't know, man. He sounds like John Wick right now.
Once you go black, you know the rest.
Now, Beastly is at a state of mind that Kathleen wanted a little bit of that sausage. A little bit of that lovey touch. You ain't shit, Beastly. You're not shit.
Well, because it's got to go that way, because if it is her hunting this black man, it's shit not going to look right for this show. If they thought episode 3 was going to be some controversial shit, dude, they will destroy, they will rip this shit. You'll see Umar Johnson making videos. Peace to the Pan-African Prince here. And I wanted to talk about this show, The Last of Us. You have this white woman, Karen, chasing this black brother and his young son. You're going to see videos for days.
Look, I might want this shit to happen just so I can see Umar do a video like that and say, shut the fuck up.
He was unarmed.
But he was unarmed. Yeah, he was unarmed. Maybe he's going to get shot down in the street with all the rest of these white boys with guns. That would be interesting. So that's me. My reaction on that episode was, well, it's not finished, but getting the introduction to the Kathleen character, I'm not buying her as a leader. I'm just not buying her as leader of shit. PTA, maybe. This little, group of revolutionary rabble, no fucking way. No, not unless she fluffing the whole unit. But no, not happening. I don't see that happening. You got to show me something more than her killing an unarmed man. That's not doing shit to me, right? Now, the other thing that you get is you get Ellie and Joel trying to find their way out of this city. And another issue I had was that although they were set upon by these weirdos and end up wrecking the truck, he didn't go back for his supplies. Even when he killed the last person, he crawled through the wall or came through the door where Ellie was, but he didn't get the supplies out the truck, or at least some of them. That is tactically stupid. If you know you have to abandon the truck and you are now going to be on foot trying to get the fuck out of this city, why would you leave a lot of your supplies in the truck? That doesn't make any sense. Take what you can with you. You don't even have his backpack. It's in the truck. You ain't even gonna take your backpack? Come on, man. That's stupid. You know you're about to be the ground and on foot, get your shit and keep it moving. But no, he left all that shit there. So for me, that's bothering me. That this is where at some points he's tactically smart, other times he's tactically stupid. And I think it's just serving the point of the story that, oh, we just have to keep moving it on. Or it's just shitty writing. It's just shitty writing. I don't know. But that's what
come on, it would go against his character because he stashes his rifle, his AK, whatever that thing was. Man.
Yeah,
he stashed that when he.
Yeah, but he wouldn't grab his backpack out the truck when he was standing right there next to the motherfucker. There was nobody else around. He killed the last dude. Get your bag out of the truck and then go into the other room with Ellie. Why the fuck not? Now, that was dumb to me. But they end up in a higher building and they're going to bed down for the night. They end up having a little bit more of a conversation. And at this point, these punny jokes have gone on. Some of them were funny, some of them were not. I was laughing at some of them. Just, I don't know. I'm easy that way, I guess. But that last one was a killer. The last joke was a killer. I really like that one. That was actually pretty smart. That was a smart, funny joke. That was pretty smart. I'm not going to tell it to you. You watch the fucking episode yourself and figure it out. But when they go to sleep, they've gone through this whole episode with Joel talking about, you being aware of other people, right? He goes through all this elaborate breaking up glass and sprinkling on the floor so nobody can creep up on him or whatever. And sure enough, before morning, somebody has snuck up on him. No glass breaking, no getting the drop, none of that. Well, that bothers me because to me, that's another thing like badass writing. Like, how did they get there? How'd they pick out the 33rd floor out of 45 to know that guy was on this floor? Did they follow him up the fucking stairs and him not notice or what? I mean, they went over the fact that Joel has a little less hearing in his right ear, but he sleeps on his right. So his left is hearing everything. How'd they get in there? You didn't have a fucking coffee? I mean, what? I don't get it. I don't get it. So, other than that, I did like this episode. It was a little bit more involved. There was more going on with Joel and Ellie, and you got some resolution of finding out something. But there were a few parts in this that were just stretching my belief in. That was inconsistent. It was inconsistent for the character, and it's usually where they just want to throw some extra shit in there. From what I'm seeing, that things got a little off the rails, so to speak. Not badly, but just like this is not how it's supposed to go. But okay, I'm doing it, whatever. But that's it. That's my reaction for that. I did enjoy this episode. I do look forward to episode 5 so I can see if Karen leads a lynching to find the black man. What it's looking like to me. I do want to see what's under the damn floor that Kathleen and Karen don't want nobody to know about. Just seal off the building she don't want to deal with right now. It's like it's a monster under the floorboard, bitch. You better take care of that.
Still a zombie apocalypse.
Straight
Maybe
zombie
Henry did that too.
Yeah, and you're not going.
Henry caused the tunnel to collapse.
Everything is Henry's fault. Yeah, blame the black man. It's all his fault. All this shit is his fault, and he sat there and laced all this flour and food that made this happen. Whatever. Anyway, that's it. That's my reaction for this episode of Last of Us, episode 4. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined, and maybe I will see you guys next time when we do this little